What if I told you that one of America's founding fathers was born in Massachusetts, attended Harvard at just 15, and went on to play a crucial role in the American Revolution? This remarkable man was John Adams, born on a crisp autumn day, October 30th, 1735, in the quaint town of Braintree, Massachusetts. His roots were humble, his family, farmers. But young John was destined for a path far from the plowed fields of his hometown. At the tender age of 15, a time when most boys were just stepping into manhood, John Adams stepped into the hallowed halls of Harvard College. Harvard, even then, was a bastion of learning, a place where minds were honed and destinies shaped. It was here that John Adams laid the foundation of his future, immersing himself in the study of law, a field that would serve him well in the tumultuous years to come. As he delved into the complexities of law and justice, another significant event marked his life. In the year 1764, John Adams wed Abigail Smith. Abigail, a woman of remarkable intellect and resilience, would prove to be his pillar of support, his confidant, and his most trusted advisor throughout their life together. Their union, one of mutual respect and shared ideals, would leave a lasting legacy in the tapestry of American history. So here we have a young man, John Adams, born to a humble family in Massachusetts, educated at Harvard, ready to embark on a career in law, and sharing his life with a woman who was his equal in every sense. Little did he know then, that he was on the brink of a future that would alter the course of a nation. As a young man, John Adams was preparing himself for a life of legal practice, but destiny had bigger plans for him. In the years leading up to the American Revolution, Adams' legal career took a dramatic turn with the Boston Massacre trial. John Adams, a Harvard-educated lawyer, was steadily building his reputation in the colonial courts. However, the defining moment of his early career came in the year 1770. The streets of Boston were a simmering pot of tension between the British soldiers and the colonists. The pot boiled over on a cold March night, leading to the infamous Boston Massacre. 5 colonists were killed by British soldiers, leaving Bostonians seething with anger. In this highly charged atmosphere, Adams made a decision that was both morally courageous and politically risky. He chose to represent the British soldiers in court, standing for the principle that everyone deserves a fair trial. His brilliant defense led to the acquittal of 6 out of the 8 soldiers. Despite facing backlash from his fellow colonists, Adams stood firm, stating, "Facts are stubborn things." This showcased his commitment to justice and the rule of law, qualities that would guide his political career. Around the same time, Adams was growing increasingly frustrated with British policies. The Sugar Act, the Stamp Act, and the Townshend Acts were all seen as unfair impositions on the colonists. Adams voiced his dissent through a series of powerful essays, arguing that these acts violated the rights of the colonists. His writings resonated with many, further bolstering his standing as a political leader. The decade from 1764 to 1774 saw a transformation in Adams. He was no longer just a successful lawyer. His defense in the Boston Massacre trial had propelled him into the political limelight. His writings against British policies were stirring the spirit of revolution among the colonists. Adams was not just a lawyer anymore. He was becoming a political force. By 1774, he was ready to take on a larger role in the fight for American independence, a journey that would mark his place in the annals of American history. From the halls of the Continental Congress to the battlefields of the Revolutionary War, Adams was an unwavering advocate for independence. As the winds of revolution began to stir, John Adams found himself at the epicenter. Elected as a delegate to both the First and Second Continental Congresses in 1774 and 1775, he was instrumental in shaping the course of American history. His conviction and eloquence were evident, and his peers soon recognized his merits. In June of 1775, Adams saw the need for a strong military leader to guide the burgeoning Continental Army. His nomination of George Washington for this role was a pivotal moment that would shape the destiny of a nation. Adams recognized Washington's leadership qualities and knew that he was the right man for the task at hand. By 1776, Adams was serving on the committee tasked with drafting the Declaration of Independence. This influential document, a rallying cry for liberty, bore the imprint of Adams's fervor for freedom. His words echoed the sentiments of a nation yearning to break free from the shackles of colonial rule. But the fight for independence was not confined to the battlefield or Congress. It also took place in the corridors of diplomacy. From 1778 to 1788, Adams worked tirelessly to secure foreign aid for the American cause, successfully securing an estimated 10 million livres from France. This financial support was instrumental in sustaining the Revolutionary War effort and ultimately achieving independence. On September 3, 1783, Adams was one of the signatories of the Treaty of Paris. This momentous document marked the end of the Revolutionary War and the birth of a new nation, the United States of America. Adams' tireless efforts helped secure American independence and forge a new nation. His legacy as an advocate for independence is indelibly etched in the annals of American history. His contribution to the cause of freedom serves as a testament to his unwavering dedication and commitment to the ideals of liberty and democracy. As a diplomat and a statesman, Adams was instrumental in shaping the Constitution and establishing the United States on the world stage. From 1783 to 1789, he left an indelible mark on American history. John Adams was appointed the first U.S. minister to Britain in 1785, a significant role given the recent War of Independence. Despite the tension between the two nations, Adams managed to navigate the delicate diplomatic waters with grace and tact. His time in Britain was not just about diplomacy, it was also about learning. He studied the British Constitution and parliamentary system, soaking up ideas that would later influence his work back home. Adams returned to America in 1788, just in time for the Constitutional Convention. The country was in the throes of crafting its own constitution, and Adams was eager to contribute. He had always been an advocate for a strong central government, a position that was not universally popular. Yet, he stood firm in his beliefs, arguing that without a strong central authority, the newly formed states would be vulnerable to internal and external threats. His advocacy for a robust central government was not without its critics, but Adams was undeterred. He believed that a balance of power between the states and the central government was essential for the young nation's survival. His ideas found their way into the Constitution, shaping the government structure that we know today. Adams's contribution to the Constitution was significant, but his influence didn't stop there. He also played a crucial role in establishing the United States' reputation on the global stage. Through his diplomatic efforts, he helped the young nation earn the respect of other countries, paving the way for America's future as a global powerhouse. Adams was not just a founding father, he was a builder of the nation. His diplomatic years and work on the Constitution have had a lasting impact, and his legacy continues to shape the United States to this day. When George Washington became the first president of the United States, John Adams was right there by his side as vice president. From 1789 to 1797, Adams served dutifully as the nation's second-in-command, a role that would ultimately pave his path to the presidency. However, the presidency was not without its share of challenges. Just as Adams was settling into the highest office in the land in 1797, the XYZ affair unfolded. For those unfamiliar with this event, it was a diplomatic incident that strained relations between the United States and France. French officials demanded bribes to negotiate, and Adams, standing firm on principles of integrity and dignity, refused. This refusal, however, led to the Quasi-War, an undeclared naval war between the United States and France that lasted from 1798 to 1800. Amidst these international tensions, Adams faced domestic challenges as well. In 1798, he signed into law the Alien and Sedition Acts. These controversial laws, which made it harder for immigrants to become citizens and allowed for the prosecution of critics of the government, sparked intense debate over civil liberties and the limits of executive power. But despite these turbulent times, Adams also had significant achievements. Perhaps his greatest success was the Convention of 1800. This treaty with France effectively ended the Quasi-War and restored peace between the two nations. It was a testament to Adams's diplomatic skills and his commitment to peace. However, these successes were not enough to secure him a second term in office. In the election of 1800, he was defeated by his longtime political rival, Thomas Jefferson. Despite this loss, Adams's impact on the presidency and the nation was profound. Despite facing numerous challenges, Adams left an indelible mark on the presidency. His tenure, marked by both trials and triumphs, reflected his unwavering dedication to the principles that underpin the young republic, and his legacy continues to resonate in the annals of American history. After his presidency, Adams retired from public life, but his legacy lived on. He spent his later years in peaceful quiet, writing letters and reflecting on the world he had helped shape. He remained in his beloved Massachusetts, where he had been born and raised. On the 4th of July, 1826, 50 years after the signing of the Declaration of Independence, Adams breathed his last. His final words, a testament to his enduring friendship and rivalry with Thomas Jefferson, were, "Thomas Jefferson survives." Ironically, Jefferson had passed away only a few hours earlier on that very same day. Adams' impact on the United States was profound and far-reaching. As a key player in the American Revolution, he was instrumental in establishing the nation's independence. His unwavering belief in the cause and his powerful rhetoric galvanized his fellow revolutionaries and helped set the United States on its path to freedom. But his influence didn't stop there. As a diplomat in Europe, he secured crucial foreign aid, including an estimated 10 million livres from France, funds that were pivotal in supporting the fledgling nation in its struggle against Britain. His diplomatic skills and tenacity ensured that the United States was recognized and respected on the world stage. Adams was also a staunch advocate for a strong federal government. He firmly believed that a robust central authority was necessary to maintain order and stability. His views greatly influenced the drafting of the Constitution and continue to shape American politics to this day. Equally important is Adams's emphasis on civil liberties. His presidency was marked by controversial and challenging events, such as the Alien and Sedition Acts, which sparked intense debates about the balance between security and individual freedoms. These discussions brought the importance of civil liberties to the fore, a focus that remains a cornerstone of American democracy. John Adams was not just a founding father, he was a beacon of liberty and a champion of the American spirit. John Adams's life was a testament to the power of conviction and the pursuit of liberty. His journey from a young law graduate to a pivotal figure in America's fight for independence is indeed a tale of tenacity and dedication. As a delegate to the Continental Congress, a diplomat securing foreign aid, and later as the president, Adams never wavered from his commitment to the nation. His advocacy for a strong central government laid the groundwork for the Constitution, while his unyielding stance on civil liberties continues to resonate in our society today. His legacy is not just in the institutions he helped create, but in the enduring principles of liberty and justice he championed. We encourage you to delve deeper into the life and contributions of John Adams, as well as the other founding fathers. Their stories are not just historical accounts, but lessons in courage, determination, and patriotism. In the words of John Adams himself, liberty, once lost, is lost forever. So let us remember and honor the legacy of this remarkable founding father.